Hello, mensen. Hello. Hi, people. Let's see if we can figure this out without editing. Where must I start? But maybe now with the valve stories. There are so many different figures here. If you go according to these figures, you may as well buy a new car. As you can see, what they illustrate there is that the measurement there where it contacts the valve, make a contact on the valve seat, must be between that and that figure. Mine, I don't think mine is near that. And then they say here that's the top, the face of the cylinder head, and the valve must be a little bit lower than the face of the cylinder head, and that must be between 1,15 millimeter and 0.75 millimeter. Now I've taken my cylinder head to the engineering works, and they resurfaced the cylinder head of this of that engine. I mean, yeah, and the difference here is about 0.3 millimeters. It's not near 0.75 millimeters. It's only 0.3 millimeters. Those are more. They could be right, those over there. But this one is a little too high still. And they say that's okay. So I'm leaving it like that. I think it mustn't stick out. It mustn't be level or stick out. It's a little bit down, lower than the head. Okay, now I come back to my other story. Come on, book. Right, now this is now a story. I think I begin here. This XD. What happened now? Okay, the XD2 2.3 liter motor, 2,300 and 34 cc now, because it's rebored to 94. Put the tin in there to keep the wind is blowing. Oversize. Now the bore circumference, omtrek van die silinderboor is 200 97,313 millimeter. Okay, now the only rings I could find there was 2 sets of Toyota oversized rings. They made for a 94,5 millimeter ball and not for 94,6 millimeter ball. So now this is what the story is about. And the circumference of the Toyota cylinder is 296,999 millimeters. So this is slightly smaller, as you can see. Now, why is this thing so dark? Okay, that's better. If I so this is a ring gap. For those rings, and the Peugeot book says it must be between 0.35 and 0.45 millimeters. The Mahindra book says it can be between 0.40 and 0.65 millimeters. So I go according to this and not according to those. Okay. Now I add the ring gap of the Toyota with the ring gap of the Peugeot specifications. Then I get a ring gap of this. If I take the Toyota rings made for the smaller ball and I fit it into the Peugeot with the bigger ball, then I'll get this figure. That means I'm out of spec. Now, what they reckon here is when you open up your motor and you see, okay, it has a little bit of wear on the cylinders. It's a little oval and it's a little bit of tapered, unworn reach and so forth. But if you fit the new standard ring into the engine, then it mustn't exceed this gap. So you're good to go with a ring gap less than this with your worn out engine. Excuse me. So new engine that, a worn out engine this, if you put new rings in. But now my bores aren't worn or tapered or oval. They're completely parallel straight. So a comma 0.17 millimeter difference from out of spec, from this to that. I don't think I have to break my neck about this. That's minute small. It's less than the thickness of this paper. This paper is more than 0.05 millimeters thick. Okay, so I'm going to use those piston rings in my rebored cylinder block. Now, I've done this previously, I think. And that's about the standard engine with 22 to 2,2 to 1 ratio. Combustion chamber cc is 25,956 cc, and if you do some oversizing with it, then you get with a rebore I want to do with it, then I raise the compression ratio to 22,484 to 1, and I'm maybe going to increase it more because I'm going to have clearance less than comma whatever they say there on the paper. There they say on the paper, comma 0.89 millimeters with a 1.73 millimeter gasket. So what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a 1 millimeter piston protrusion or even more, and then I'm going to be take a thinner gasket and I'm going to bring it down to comma 0.5 millimeter. So I'm going to increase the compression even more. This is what the 1 millimeter oversize is now. The 40th oversize has a compression ratio of 22,675 to 1. And that's the one that's in the blue car now. There, it's parked over there. Okay, the 505. Let's go to the story here. Now, according to the specifications in that book behind me, they reckon if the cylinder head is has been resurfaced, then it mustn't be the thickness of it mustn't be more than less than, let's first see what's this here before I do much go, because otherwise I have the page in the book again and I don't know where the page is, and that's going to take some time. Okay, let's see what's this one now. Figure, yeah. Come on now. Okay, that's better. 88,5 millimeters. 88,5 millimeters, so I must throw the cylinder head away. It must not be less than 89,35 millimeters. Okay, let's see where it is in the book quickly. Okay, here we are. That is the figure. 89,35 millimeters. If it's less than this, you must throw the cylinder head away. So then I must dump both of these cylinder heads. They're gone. According to that book. And this one is thicker than that one over there. So I'm not going to throw it away because I just bought this one. And I paid a lot of money for it. I paid $3,500 for it. So how can I throw it away? I must use it. And this one is what is it? 88,4 millimeters. Thickness of this and that. So that's the story about the cylinder edge. So I check the height of the piston en ek kyk net dat deze seier 0,5 mm van die silinderkop afdraai. 0,5 mm from the cylinder. That's enough. Okay, let's say I say bye-bye from this video. Put it out like so. Tot ziens, tot volgende keer. Until next time then, bye-bye. And thank you for viewing. Dankie dat julle na deze video gekyk het.